Hi, my name is Eric Ma. I'm here to tell you something that you don't know about me. At the age of 8 to 10 years old, I tie myself up in my mom's laundry to achieve a sexual climax. Okay, this is not a joke, this is a true story. Why am I saying this out now? Again, for a lot of people, you might be thinking that this is not something that is very proud to tell people about. But I think I have the courage to actually talk to people about it and maybe even go into details, which we're not doing in this video, is because I have actually changed the narrative of that story. So a few years back, I actually went to this retreat, and same as a lot of other retreats, which we ask you to look into yourself, address something that's deep inside you, which is where I share with the facilitator at that time that I have this little thing about me, which is the part where I tie myself in laundry and get myself sexual stimulation. So what the facilitator asked me to do is that, describe about this thing that you are talking about. So I say, I think it happens because I watched my dad, bring in porno videos, and I was watching a scene that the lady was being tied up, and having a sexual response, and that's why my father shut me down, just like all fathers do when the kids is looking. So at that moment, looking back, I was telling him that, that is actually not an issue, because after that, age of 12, I kind of watched pornos with my other friends. I kind of like, oh no, this is the whole thing that's happening, and I kind of stopped that activity that I'm doing. Then he actually, take a look at the whole situation, and here's what he actually tell me. So he mentioned to me, and he said that, Eric, that was your first encounter, sexual stimulation encounter, and that's your first sexual experience. So I want you to imagine right now, just imagine if the couples that are in that video is throwing popcorns at each other, and they're getting really excited and sexually aroused about that. You probably will be aroused by people throwing popcorns at you. So for the moment, I suddenly got realization, it's like, half and half. I was actually laughing and crying. So when I talk about laughing, I'm actually laughing to see that, hey, wow, lucky I didn't watch something that has popcorn throwing. If not, I'll be throwing popcorns all over myself and getting aroused about that. Like, can you imagine that? So on the flip side, I actually was crying also, because I felt this weight shift. It was just like released from my system. And what has been something that I probably will keep in secret, I'm now very open to talk about it. And why? I changed my view about the matter. I kind of view it from a viewpoint and say that, hey, this is your experience of sex at that moment. So, it's perfectly normal. You are not spoiled goods, spoiled objects, but it's just the situation that you face. And that really, changed a lot, and I could actually talk about this experience, and it becomes a learning experience for me actually. So now, back to the main theme of this video, is really about why am I sharing this story. It's actually for people that's out there today that you have more time by yourself, I suppose, because of the current situation. And as you look inside, and if you find all these little blocks coming out, take a look at them. That's what I would ask, and maybe do some of the steps I can suggest to you. Number one, you could first pick some memories that you have about it that is very significant. The next thing you can do is to have some details about them, describe about them. I know for some of them it's like really unpleasant, painful, but try your best, describe. And the third thing is really to look at the whole narrative of the story and see whether you could actually change the viewpoint, provide another narrative about it. If you actually did your best and you could actually change the narrative, can you imagine that you could actually put this out and talk to people if necessary? You won't feel like hidden by it, inhibited by it, and it's such a good feeling to have this weight off you. And I hope that would be something that you could have as a result of that. I'm not asking everybody to post a video and talk about it openly just like me, or like a secret thing. It's really for you to handle and to really relieve that weight for yourself. So again, I think if you want to find help, do let me know. You can PM me. Probably I can point you to some people that might be able to help, the people that facilitate for me. That's one. But I would also suggest that you look at something that is more private, self-exploratory for yourself. What I'll do is that there is actually a recent Tech Talk video that I actually look at, and I find the presenter gives a very good way for people to explore this. The TED Talk video is talking about bearing witness to your life events, and through a bit of work on the paper, journaling about it, and which goes through the theme that I talk about, identify the memories, providing details about the memories, and narrating about the memories. What I will add on top of that is to see, can you actually look at changing the viewpoint, looking at it from another way, provide another narrative to it. Again, that's all folks for today. That's what I want to share, and I hope whatever I've shared is helpful for you. My name is Eric Ma. So for today, the message will be, your narrative is your own control. Thank you so much for your time.